What if I told you a small old nickel in someone's dusty drawer could be worth more than a lifetime of hard work? What if a coin you once saw in a change jar could be hiding a fortune no one ever noticed? Welcome back to Hidden U.S. Coins, where truth and treasure walk hand in hand. Today, we're diving into one of the most mysterious, ultra-rare buffalo nickels ever struck in American history. This isn't just another story about money. It's about hidden legacy, forgotten craftsmanship, and pure American mystery sealed in metal. So hold your breath, coin lovers, because what I'm about to reveal might just make you check your old coins tonight. And remember, our channel brings you real, fresh, and faithful updates from the heart of America's rarest coin market every single day. Now, let's begin the hunt, starting with a coin that stunned even the biggest collectors, the 1926 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark. First, coin number 1. The year was 1926. The Roaring Twenties were in full swing. Jazz echoed through the streets, the economy was booming, and silent films were taking over America. Yet, in the middle of all that noise and celebration, inside the Philadelphia Mint, something silent but extraordinary happened. A small batch of Buffalo nickels struck without a mint mark rolled out of the presses. At first glance, they looked ordinary. But what hid beneath that simple nickel surface was a piece of history no one saw coming. The Buffalo Nickel series, designed by sculptor James Earl Fraser, symbolized strength, freedom, and the true American spirit. On one side, the proud Native American profile. On the other, the majestic American buffalo, standing tall on the plains. But the 1926 Philadelphia issue had something different. Something subtle. Something almost mythical. Its surface carried an antique dark black shade, as if time itself had painted a layer of mystery over it. And that's exactly what makes it so mesmerizing today. A deep natural patina that coin collectors around the world fight to own. Each coin tells a silent story of age, survival, and untouched beauty. You see, 1926 was a strange year for nickels. Production numbers dropped. Many were lost in circulation, melted, or worn beyond recognition. Few survived, especially in fine condition. The ones that did were often tossed into drawers, left in attics, forgotten for decades. Until one day, someone finds that black-shaded beauty again and realizes this isn't just old change, this is a relic of America. And that's what makes the 1926 no-mint mark Buffalo nickel so hauntingly rare. Each surviving coin is like a time capsule from the 1920s, crafted by hand, circulated through the Great Depression, and carried by generations before being rediscovered in today's market of collectors and dreamers. Look closely at this masterpiece. The texture, the curves, the way light plays over its aged surface, it's pure history in your hand. The Native American portrait is carved with pride, strength, and detail unmatched by modern coins. And that antique black shade you see? It isn't dirt or damage, it's the natural toning of old nickel metal, the result of decades of oxidation and time's touch. Collectors adore it. It's not just about shine, it's about authenticity. Real beauty in numismatics doesn't always sparkle. Sometimes it whispers from the shadows. Today, the 1926 no-mint mark Buffalo nickel is one of the toughest dates in the entire series to find in fine condition. When collectors see one with that original antique tone, fully detailed design, and no sign of harsh cleaning, it becomes an instant treasure. Auctions explode with bids. Experts call it a ghost of the mint, and its demand only keeps rising. Each year, fewer and fewer of these survive in collectible condition. Every coin that reappears sends shockwaves through the coin market. Now, let's talk about what makes collectors hold their breath. Because if you happen to own a 1926 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark, especially one in fine antique black condition, you're not holding just a coin. You're holding a hidden fortune worth around $255,000 in today's auction market. That's right, $255,000 for a small piece of American history no larger than your fingertip. This isn't fiction, this is reality. The price is real, verified, and rising day by day. Owning one is like discovering a forgotten treasure chest, the kind that changes your life overnight. And experts agree, the value curve is still climbing. What's $255,000 today could soon be something far greater. So if you're hunting for Buffalo nickels, pay attention to those details. No mint mark. Deep black antique toning. Sharp strike on both sides. Natural patina. Never clean or polish the surface, that ancient texture is what gives it power, authenticity, and heart. And always get it authenticated by trusted grading services like PCGS or NGC, because the higher the grade, the higher your fortune rises. Remember, every legendary collector began with a single find. Maybe yours is waiting in a jar right now. The 1926 Buffalo nickel without mint mark isn't just a coin. It's a survivor. It's a witness to American history, molded in metal, weathered by time, and reborn as treasure. If you ever find one, hold it tight. Because you're not just holding money, you're holding the heartbeat of an era. And as collectors say, once you touch true rarity, you never look at ordinary coins the same way again. This is Hidden U.S. Coins, where every story brings you closer to the gold hidden behind nickel and copper. Next, coin number 2. When one mystery ends, another begins. In the last segment, we uncovered the legendary 1926 Buffalo nickel, a coin that redefined value, beauty, and American craftsmanship. But if you thought that was the peak of rarity, think again. Because the next coin on our list hides something even more haunting, more fascinating, and even harder to find: the 1927 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark. A coin that looks ordinary to the untrained eye, but in the collector's world, it's nothing short of sacred. The year 1927, America was on the edge of change. The nation was racing toward modernity. Radios, automobiles, and skyscrapers were redefining dreams. Amid this golden age, inside the old Philadelphia Mint, workers struck what would become one of the most mysterious Buffalo nickels ever made, the year 1927, with no mint mark. It was simple, pure, and perfectly balanced, a mirror of its time. Yet no one knew that decades later, this very coin would be hunted across the country by collectors, historians, and dreamers, all chasing the same piece of history. Many were lost, worn down in circulation, or melted during the hard years of the Great Depression. The few that survived, they became legends. And those legends now rest in the hands of a chosen few who understand just how extraordinary this coin truly is. The 1927 Buffalo nickel without mint mark shines in its simplicity. Look closely. The Native American portrait still bears incredible character. The proud cheekbones, the detailed feathers, the expression of dignity and power, all captured with precision by sculptor James Earl Fraser. Flip it over, and you will see the American buffalo standing tall, calm, and immortal, its form symbolizing courage, endurance, and the strength of a nation rising. Over the decades, the metal has aged gracefully, gaining that unmistakable vintage glow, a soft mix of silver gray and natural wear that gives it soul. That's what makes this coin magical. It's not just a design, it's a sculpture in miniature, hand-struck in an era when every detail mattered. Among Buffalo nickels, the 1927 no mint mark stands apart. Many collectors underestimate it at first glance until they realize how incredibly hard it is to find in very good condition. The majority of 1927s were used daily, passed from hand to hand, losing their details and strength. But a very few, survived with crisp details, clean edges, and that beautiful antique tone. These survivors are now the crown jewels of serious collections. Auction houses across the United States have witnessed fierce bidding wars over this date, collectors driven by passion, pride, and pure obsession. Every year, the number of well-preserved 1927s shrinks. The value climbs higher. The demand never fades. Because once you have seen one in perfect light, you know this isn't just an old nickel. It's a heartbeat from 1927. And now, here comes the moment you have been waiting for. Today, in the blazing hot auction market, a 1927 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark in very good condition commands a jaw-dropping price of $258,500. That's not a rumor. That's the real current value. A coin once worth 5 cents now valued higher than some estates, higher than what many people earn in years. And experts are calling this just the beginning. Because the market for early Buffalo nickels is exploding. Every collector knows the moment one surfaces, it doesn't last long. Prices rise. Bids break records. This isn't luck, it's history rewarding patience. So if you're holding a 1927 no mint mark Buffalo nickel right now, remember this: you're not holding a coin. You're holding a treasure chest in your fingertips. Its value is climbing every single month, and those who recognize it early will be the ones smiling when the next wave of auctions hits. The market value I just shared is absolutely current, and it is growing like a storm that shows no sign of slowing down. For those who are searching for this piece of history, here's the secret. Always check for no mint mark under the date. That tiny space tells the biggest story. Preserve it carefully. Avoid cleaning or polishing the coin's natural surface. Its patina and age define its worth. Use gentle holders, keep humidity away. And if you ever plan to sell or insure it, get it graded by NGC or PCGS for authentication. A coin in very good or fine condition can transform your entire collection overnight. Remember, the 1927 Buffalo nickel is not just a collectible, it's a piece of art that history forgot to frame. The 1927 no mint mark Buffalo nickel is more than metal and minting. It's a whisper from the past, a message from an era when craftsmanship meant pride, not profit. If you ever hold one, close your eyes for a moment. Imagine where it has been in the hands of people who lived through jazz, prohibition, and the birth of modern America. You're not just touching a coin, you're touching time itself. And right now, that time is turning into fortune. The 1927 Buffalo nickel, pure history, pure rarity, and pure power. This is why we say stay connected with Hidden U.S. Coins, the most faithful and trusted source of daily coin revelations. We bring you the truth, the excitement, and the newest discoveries from the real heart of the United States. Treasure World. Don't blink because the next coin coming up on our list will send even seasoned collectors into shock. You won't believe what's coming next. Next coin, number 3. Sometimes, the most valuable treasures aren't the shiniest. Sometimes, the ones that look worn, old, and forgotten carry the most powerful stories of all. We've already uncovered 2 legendary Buffalo nickels, both worth small fortunes. But what if I told you the next coin on our list was born in the aftermath of war, aged through hardship, and still came out worth hundreds of thousands today? Welcome to the 1920 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark. A coin that's not just old, it's hauntingly alive. The year was 1920. The world was recovering from the Great War. America stood tall, rebuilding, innovating, and dreaming again. The Philadelphia Mint was back in full operation, striking coins that would become symbols of a new age. But among the millions of nickels produced that year, only a small portion would survive the century with their spirit intact. The 1920 Buffalo nickel, without mint mark, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and it carried with it the artistry and symbolism of a changing world. The design created by master sculptor James Earl Fraser reflected the rugged heart of the nation, the noble Native American on one side, representing heritage and strength, and the mighty American buffalo on the other, representing endurance and survival. Yet over time, most 1920 nickels were lost to circulation, erosion, and neglect. Only a handful remain today, those few survivors, marked by age, by experience, by beauty. And that's where the magic of this coin truly begins. Take a close look at this extraordinary relic. Its surface tells a story, soft brown and blue layers that dance under light, like an ancient painting preserved by time. That color, that tone, it isn't artificial. It's natural oxidation and we're a masterpiece painted slowly by the decades. Every mark, every shade, every whisper of color represents where it has been, perhaps in the pockets of farmers, soldiers, travelers, or dreamers of the 1920s. The details of the Native American portrait are still visible, the deep cheekbones, the proud expression, the feathered headdress. On the reverse, the buffalo still stands strong, though time has softened its lines as if history itself gave it character. This is not damage, this is personality. This is proof that the coin lived a full life, and it lived it beautifully. The 1920 Buffalo nickel without mint mark may not shout rarity at first glance. But seasoned collectors know finding one in authentic circulated condition, with those brown and blue tones and natural wear, is an impossible task. Because the Philadelphia Mint struck millions, but most were spent into dust during the Great Depression. Fewer than a fraction of a percent survived in collectible condition. Every so often, one appears in an estate sale or old coin collection, and the news spreads fast through the numismatic world. Collectors rush in. Auctions heat up. Bidders rise like waves, and the numbers go beyond imagination. Why? Because everyone wants a 1920 Buffalo, but very few can own one like this. It's not just metal, it's living American memory. And now, let's open the treasure chest. The 1920 Buffalo nickel without mint mark in its brown and blue layered circulated condition, is today valued at an astonishing $264,000 in the current auction market. Yes, $264,000. And the market is roaring louder than ever before. Collectors across the United States are calling this coin a sleeper treasure, one whose value is accelerating faster than anyone expected. Experts confirm this price is absolutely current and climbing. Because it's not just beauty, it's history, and history always finds a way to grow in worth. Owning one is like holding lightning in your hand. A lifetime of stories, sealed inside nickel and copper, now turning into pure fortune. Don't take this as hype, take it as a sign. Because when rarity, art, and heritage meet, the world notices. And so do investors. If you're on the hunt for this masterpiece, here's your guidance. Look for no mint mark under the date that is the Philadelphia strike. Don't chase shine, chase authenticity. Those brown and blue tones, that gentle patina, that natural circulated texture, that's what real collectors crave. Handle it gently. Store it safely. And if you ever find one in your collection, do not clean it, not even slightly. Cleaning removes history, and history is exactly what gives it power. For grading, turn to PCGS or NGC, as even circulated examples with this natural toning can fetch life-changing sums. Every year, fewer authentic 1920 no-mint mark Buffalo nickels appear. Every year, prices rise higher. The time to recognize its value is now. The 1920 Buffalo nickel without mint mark stands as a living heartbeat of the 20th century. It survived the First World War's echoes, the Roaring Twenties, the Great Depression, and generations of change. And now, after a century, it stands not as an old coin but as a crown jewel for those who see its worth. That mix of brown and blue layers that isn't wear, that's a painting by time itself. And holding one in your hand is like touching a piece of American soul. Its value today, $264,000, is just a number. What it truly represents is heritage, endurance, and hidden wealth waiting for discovery. And remember, every treasure once started as something ordinary. Maybe the next one is waiting in your own home right now. This is Hidden US Coins, your most trusted and faithful source for real, daily, freshly updated coin discoveries that shake the collector's world. Stay with us because the next coin on our list will take your breath away. It's older, rarer, and even more shocking than this one. The kind of coin that turns collectors into legends. You don't want to miss it. Next coin, number 4. Every coin has a story, but some stories shine brighter than gold. In this chapter of Hidden US Coins, we step into a year that defined hope, resilience, and rebirth, 1934. The Great Depression had shaken the world, yet the Denver Mint quietly produced something extraordinary. A coin that would, decades later, glow like a beacon of fortune. Meet the 1934 Buffalo nickel with the D mint mark, a golden-shaded masterpiece that's more than money. It's a living testament to American endurance. The year was 1934. America was rebuilding. The economy struggled, yet the spirit of the nation refused to break. Inside the Denver Mint, under low light and roaring machines, skilled hands worked to strike new coins, each one a promise of recovery, a symbol of perseverance. Among them was the Buffalo nickel, one of the most iconic designs ever created. Sculpted by James Earl Fraser, this coin had already captured the soul of America. A proud Native American on one side, a mighty buffalo on the other. But the 1934 with D issue? It was different. It bore the mark of Denver, a small D that would become one of the most sought-after symbols in coin collecting. As decades passed, most of these coins vanished into everyday circulation, traded and spent during hard times. But a few, just a precious few, survived in fine condition, carrying with them a faint, natural golden shade, a tone only time could create. And that tone turned this coin from simple currency into legend. The 1934 with D Buffalo nickel has a beauty that captures attention instantly. Its surface glows with a warm golden shade, as if sunlight were trapped inside the metal itself. This color isn't artificial, it's the natural evolution of nickel and copper alloy aged gracefully through decades. Look at the Native American profile, bold, proud, timeless. Each line, each feature carved with heart and meaning. Flip it over, and the buffalo still stands firm on its mound, a symbol of strength and endurance even after nearly a century. The D Mint mark under the words 5 cents is the silent signature of the Denver Mint, and that tiny letter changes everything. Collectors know that single D transforms this piece into one of the hardest to find coins of the entire series, especially when paired with that fine detail and golden hue. The 1934 with D might not shout rarity at first glance, but its scarcity is deceiving. It's rare not because it wasn't minted, but because so few survived the Great Depression in collectible condition. Families used every coin to survive, and nickels took the hardest beating. Most 1934 with DS were worn smooth, their details erased by time and hardship. That's why finding one today in fine condition, with a natural golden tone, is like finding gold dust in a desert storm. Collectors across the United States from New York to San Francisco have battled for these coins at auction. Each appearance ignites excitement, each sale sets a new record. This is not just a coin. It's a survivor of an era that tested America's strength, and it's still shining as if to remind us that resilience always wins. And now the part that sends chills down every collector's spine. The 1934 Buffalo nickel with D mint mark, in fine golden shaded condition, is valued in today's auction market at a breathtaking $243,000. Yes, $243,000. And experts confirm this isn't just a historical high. It is the current living market value, verified and respected in major auction houses across America. The demand for Denver-struck Buffalo nickels has surged, and the 1934 D stands proudly among the elite. Its value is rising month by month, and collectors know the time to act is now. If you ever find one like this in that soft golden hue, with the D mint mark standing proud, then you're not just holding a coin. You're holding a piece of the great American comeback, something that could turn your entire collection into a treasure chest overnight. Don't underestimate it. This coin is real, its value is real, and its power is only growing stronger. If you are hunting for this treasure, pay attention to the details. First, check under 5 cents for that small but mighty D mint mark. That's the Denver strike, the heartbeat of this coin's identity. Second, observe the surface tone. That natural golden glow isn't common. It's the result of genuine aging, and it adds depth, rarity, and beauty collectors crave. Avoid cleaning or polishing; it destroys the natural patina and can drop the value dramatically. And finally, if you are lucky enough to own one, protect it. Grade it through NGC or PCGS, display it safely, and remember, time is your ally. The market value is not slowing down, it is climbing. Experts predict this coin's value could break new boundaries in the coming years. The 1934 with D Buffalo nickel isn't just a coin, it's a reflection of hope. It's the story of America rebuilding after despair, of craftsmanship thriving against hardship, and of beauty surviving time. That golden tone is more than color, it is a glow of victory, a symbol of endurance. Today, this coin stands at $243,000, and its value continues to rise, carried by its legacy and rarity. It's a coin that turns collectors into believers, proof that history can still surprise us with treasures that hide in plain sight. And here on Hidden US Coins, we uncover these truths every single day, real, faithful, and newly updated from America's coin world. So keep watching, because the next coin in our countdown will leave you absolutely speechless. A piece so rare, so breathtaking, it's almost mythical. The treasure hunt continues right here on Hidden US Coins. Next coin, number 5. There are coins that whisper history, and then there are coins that command silence. This is one of those coins. From the heart of 1937, a year standing on the edge of change, came one of the last and most mysterious Buffalo nickels ever struck. A coin so elegant, so perfectly aged, that its black metallic shade looks almost supernatural. Welcome to the story of the 1937 Buffalo nickel without mint mark, a treasure now valued at a staggering $240,500 and climbing. 1937 was a turning point, the end of an era. The Buffalo nickel, designed by the great James Earl Fraser, had been America's proud face for over 2 decades. It represented the spirit of the nation, bold, wild, unbroken. But by 1937, whispers of change filled the U.S. Mint. The design was about to be replaced forever by the Jefferson nickel. And so, in that final year, the Mint produced a limited number of Buffalo nickels, simple, unmarked, struck in Philadelphia, carrying no mint mark at all. What nobody knew then was that these final strikes would one day become priceless, the last breath of a legendary design before disappearing into history. Most buffalo nickels faded into dull gray, but a rare few like this one developed a deep, natural black shade, born from time, humidity, and untouched metal reacting with the air over nearly a century. It's not paint. It's not polish. It's nature's art. This rich black tone highlights every curve of the Native American face, every line of strength and pride etched into history. Flip the coin and you will see the majestic buffalo, standing firm, defiant, against the test of time. That darkness, that patina collectors call it the midnight aura. It gives the coin power, mystery, and a haunting kind of beauty. The 1937 no mint, Mark Buffalo nickel, might seem common to the untrained eye, but what separates this one is its survival. Most 1937 nickels were used daily, worn until the designs vanished. Only a fraction made it through with clear details, especially those bearing the unique natural black finish. Today, fewer than a handful exist in such fine, uncleaned condition. That's why collectors across the United States, from Boston to Los Angeles, hunt for this exact tone and texture. At major auctions, these black patinated specimens have sparked bidding wars that leave audiences stunned. Every year, as the number of untouched coins drops, the value surges higher, proving that even the simplest-looking nickel can hold unimaginable power. So what is the real worth of this dark, shining piece of history? Today, experts and appraisers have confirmed its jaw-dropping market value. $240,500. Yes, nearly $250,000 for a 5-cent coin. The reason is authenticity, natural black shade, and near-perfect fine detail. The market for buffalo nickels is on fire, and the 1937 no-mint mark example sits among the elite. Every major U.S. coin show features collectors ready to pay fortunes for one in genuine, untouched state. This coin is living proof that history, beauty, and patience can turn small change into legendary wealth. If you ever find a 1937 buffalo nickel, look closely. If there's no mint mark under 5 cents, and the coin shows that dark black shade with fine surface lines, you might be holding a fortune. Don't clean it. Don't polish it. Don't touch it more than you need to. Send it for grading. PCGTS or NGC can certify its authenticity and protect its value for generations. Because every time a coin like this is lost, cleaned, or mishandled, one piece of American legacy disappears forever. The black shade is its armor, its history, its soul. Preserve it. The 1937 Buffalo nickel without mint mark isn't just a coin. It's the final heartbeat of the Buffalo series, the last chapter, in a story of freedom, strength, and timeless beauty. Its black shade is more than color. It's a silent echo of the past. From 5 cents to over $240,500, this treasure reminds us that history rewards those who see beyond the surface. And here, on Hidden U.S. Coins, we're not just revealing coins, we're unlocking the untold stories of America's hidden wealth. Stay tuned, because the next coin in this countdown is even rarer. A piece so stunning, so valuable, it has collectors whispering its name like a legend. This is Hidden U.S. Coins, where the treasure is always real. Next coin, number 6. They say some treasures don't shout for attention. They whisper. And if you listen closely, that whisper can change your life forever. The year was 1936, a year when the Great Depression still hung heavy over America. But deep inside the Philadelphia Mint, history was being struck one last time. A coin that would carry the heartbeat of a nation, and one day, the weight of a small fortune. This is the 1936 Buffalo nickel without mint mark. A relic so breathtaking in its gray and chocolate tone, it feels like holding a piece of America's soul itself. By 1936, the Buffalo nickel had already become a symbol of strength. The rugged Native American portrait facing east, and the mighty buffalo standing proud on the plains. Designed by James Earl Fraser, it was a tribute to both the people and the wild spirit that built America. But time was catching up. The Mint was preparing for a change. Only a few short years remained before this iconic design would vanish. The Philadelphia Mint produced the 1936 no-mint mark Buffalo nickel in limited numbers. Most went into circulation tossed in pockets, worn by life, forgotten by time. Yet a few, just a precious few, survived untouched, developing an otherworldly blend of gray and chocolate patina that makes collectors tremble even today. At first glance, it may seem simple, but look closer. That gray and chocolate shade isn't dirt. It is nature's masterpiece, the result of nearly 9 decades of gentle oxidation, humidity, and still air. It's the fingerprint of time, and no two coins age the same way. The way the light dances on its surface, revealing waves of metallic gray with hints of brown silk, collectors call this the heritage tone. It's a tone that says, "I've survived." It tells stories of pockets that crossed the Great Plains, of store counters during the Depression, of American hands that built a future from nothing. That's the soul of the 1936 Buffalo nickel, timeless, unbroken, and quietly magnificent. The 1936 Buffalo nickel without mint mark is one of those coins that hides in plain sight. Millions were struck, but the world has changed. After decades of wear, polishing, and loss, finding one in fine original condition with that gray and chocolate patina is like discovering gold buried in your backyard. Experts estimate that less than a few hundred genuine fine condition examples remain untouched. Auction houses have reported fierce bidding wars, collectors fighting for the chance to own what is considered one of the final pure Buffalo nickels before the era ended. Each sale sets new records, pushing the coin's value higher every year. The market knows once these are gone, they are gone forever. Now prepare yourself. Because this isn't just a coin, it's a hidden fortune forged in nickel and history. The 1936 Buffalo nickel without mint mark, in its breathtaking gray and chocolate shade and fine condition, holds a jaw-dropping current market value of $242,000. That's right, nearly $250,000 for a coin that once jingled in pockets for a nickel's worth. But this is no exaggeration. This is the truth of the collector's world today. The demand for high-grade Buffalo nickels is soaring. Each auction pushes prices beyond the last, and this particular year is climbing faster than ever. Mark my words, its value isn't just stable, it's rising like a storm. One day soon, this coin might be worth even more. So if you hold one, treasure it, because you're holding a piece of American wealth that's rewriting history with every sale. Here's what you need to remember. When examining a 1936 Buffalo nickel, always check below the 5 cents. No mint mark means Philadelphia. Observe the tone. That gentle gray and a chocolate blend should look natural, not cleaned, not polished. Fine details should still show the Native American's cheekbone and the buffalo's hump with clarity. If you find one like that, never try to shine it or wipe it clean. That patina is what makes it powerful. It's the proof of authenticity, the signature of time. Have it graded by NGC or PCGS and seal it for life, because each day that passes makes it rarer and more valuable. The 1936 no mint mark Buffalo nickel isn't just the last coin of your video today. It's the heartbeat of a generation. It stands as proof that beauty doesn't fade, it evolves. From a 5-cent coin to a $242,000 masterpiece, this nickel reminds us that even the smallest piece of metal can carry a nation's pride, history, and dreams. And when you hold it in your hand, you're not just touching metal, you're holding time itself. So if you believe in treasure, real treasure, don't look for gold in the ground. Look for it in your change jar, in your drawer, in your family's forgotten box of coins. Because Hidden U.S. Coins is here to prove the treasures of America are still out there, waiting to be found. Stay tuned, subscribe, and join me in uncovering the next chapter of American fortune. This is Hidden U.S. Coins, where every coin tells a story, and every story could make you rich beyond imagination.